everybody, it's Amanda back with a video from Molly Cole Creations. We have some fun things in this video for winter, kind of that lull between Christmas and Valentine's Day. We just want to have a few things anyways up on your walls or your shelves or anywhere you like, just to fill in some of that space and keep your home looking cozy and festive and fun. And we are working on a couple of different tiered trays, two different styles, one with the kit. The kits you can always find on our Etsy shop, and there will be links for those, of course. And if you buy the kit from watching this video, there is a code for you. That's Elsa, don't mind her. And then we're gonna do another one where we just use like scrap wood and a Cricut, essentially a cutting machine. And if you didn't have that, get some stickers, or if you have awesome handwriting, use a marker. I don't have awesome handwriting, and I do have a Cricut, so that's what we're gonna use on that one. And then this, you can kind of see it behind me. We made this garland, and it's just a really pretty, it kind of goes along with one of the tiered trays that we did. And so anyway, that's what we have in store for you this week, and look forward to some Valentine's DIYs coming up after this next video, and probably the next two videos will be Valentine's Day stuff. And then hopefully we'll move into spring and summer. And anyway, hang out, hit the subscribe button, and like the video. And if you like this kind of stuff, keep coming back for more. Have a great day.
What is up? Hello, welcome back. So happy to have you. We are working on something pretty fun today that I am super excited about. This is one of our tiered tray projects. It is a kit that we do offer in our store. And of course, if you do buy the kit after watching and subscribing to this channel, you will get 20% off just using a code on Etsy, I subscribe 20. And we will, of course, put that on the screen several times. First thing we are doing is getting our pieces organized by what color needs what. I did decide on my paint colors, which I will list. And then I start just getting away with it on the paint. For this tier tray project, we are using just a lot of neutral pastel colors. I wanted to just keep it really frosty and fun and light, nothing dark. Most of these are from a Folk Art, and as I said, I will list the colors that I used down in the subscription box in case you are interested in using the same colors that I do. And now, if you do purchase a kit, you will get everything except the paint and the glue. You will get all the wood pieces, and those will come kind of sorted out for you. You'll know what goes with what. You will get the beads, you'll get the twine. You'll just get to pick your own paint and use your own colors and make it your own. Here I am just continuing on, painting up one of the little frames and using a sponge brush on this. Again, it is code to save 20%. I subscribed 20. And we do use a makeup sponge to paint some of our things. Sometimes the small little letters. Oh, a small little hack that I didn't mention before. We do like to use this blue painter's tape, and we tape it basically to the tabletop, or in this case we're using kind of a white poster board to paint on. And then we stick the small little pieces on top of it so they don't move around while we paint. So that's kind of a little hack that is helpful when painting small pieces. And this one, I did paint the tag blue. It came out a little bit more, well, I guess darker. I wanted it a little bit more opaque and wanted to see a little bit of that wood come through. So we just got kind of a damp paper towel and roughed it up a little bit, took off some of that paint. And I'm doing the same thing with this circle, this round one. I'm going to clean out those lines, the scored lines, and use that same paper towel to take off just a little bit of that paint so I can see some of that wood come through. I do like that look on some of my projects. Trying to keep the edges clean, but still have that rustic feel come through. Now we are moving on to our next one, which are these little letters that says winter. And I think I'm using the gray in that. We're also making a beaded garland for this. We are doing most of the beads in, I chose a silver metallic. I was going to go with a gray, but I did end up finding this metallic silver, and it is by Arteza. It is not a full cart brand. But we thought this one just popped a little bit more. So most of the beads are in that. And then, here I am trying to use this skewer stick, I guess. I was going to try to pop them out on that and dry them that way. It didn't work out all that well. We did try again, as you'll see here in a minute, with the other color. I went with the pink. I did some pink beads and I did some green beads, all in the 20 millimeter size, the larger beads. Those are from Amazon. I just bought a big bag of them. I can link those for you as well. We did get some in the smaller size as well that we put kind of in between each color. And those we kept in the natural wood grain. We didn't paint those. We thought those looked really cute on the twine, and mixed with the colors, we thought that those looked really cute. We do just put them in these baggies and kind of coat them with the paint, and then dump them onto this plate or paper plate, whatever you have, just to dry. I am stringing up the Hello Winter tag. On this one, we are just using 3 of the larger 20 millimeter beads. Again, just in the natural state. We are not painting these, and just tying a knot at the end. I really just liked that natural wood look on this portion of it, and we thought that turned out really cute. And then we are going to string up the mitten, I guess a mitten garland, we would call it. So this is kind of designed to tie around your tiered tray. Mine is round, but even if you had square, you would just cut it the length of whatever level tier on the tray that you're going to string it on. And so I am just stringing the little mittens. I like the twine to go in the back of the mitten. And so I kind of play around with it until I get that right. It took me a minute for some reason. Don't ask me why. But anyhow, I get all of those strung up and just give myself enough length that I can tie it around the length of one of the tiers on my tier tray. And it is super cute. Those fun little mittens with the snowflakes are just adorable. And I did lose the footage of me gluing all this stuff together. I did use Sure Bond Thick glue. It's a super glue, but it works particularly great with wood. Once it's stuck, it's pretty good and stuck. You're not going to get it off, but it dries much, much faster than like a typical wood glue. So that is why I like it. Here I am working on the tassel. I am slightly out of frame. Do apologize for that. But y'all have seen somebody make a tassel before. You've probably made many yourself. You just kind of wrap it around your hands as many times as you want. Even it out. Tie it off at the top. And cut the ends. Kind of give it a trim. So everything looks, fairly cohesive and even. Then I will tie a longer piece right there, so that I can load the beads onto it. And this is where we are going to get our beaded garland and end up with the little green ornament at the end. And it does just turn out darling. All right, here it is, finished in all of its beautiful winter and snow glory. I absolutely love it, and I think it turned out so cute. It just is going to be such a statement on my little entryway table for anyone that walks in. And it was just such a fun project. Literally anyone can do this. It is all set up for you, all designed for you. There's no thought in it. And we offer, of course, the 20% off for anyone who found us on YouTube. We used to make these videos just for the people that purchased the kits, but they were much shorter and were not in detailed, and they didn't love that. They wanted a little bit more detail. So this is kind of why we are doing what we're doing now. Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Welcome again. We are back with another project today. This is another twist on the tier tray that doesn't involve a kit. It just involves some extra pieces of scrap wood laying around, some old frames that we're just reusing. I do have my little helper here today. This is Molly. Say hi.
Hello.
This is my best helper girl. She loves to paint with Mom, loves to do all the projects.
Yes.
Don't ya?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, with that said, let's get started. So this is the wood that we are working with. Like I said, they are just scrap pieces. We've got this little block here, a couple of just rectangles, that little round that came from an old rolling pin that had broke. This is just kind of a box frame. That was from the thrift store. This is a book stack that I had used for a different project at one point, and we are just going to reuse it. We glued 3 different slats of wood on top of it to make that, or on top of each other to make that book stack. So Molly is going to get started painting. This is kind of a fun, easy project that you can do with kids, as there isn't a lot of detail work in it. And she does love to paint with me. She's been painting with me since she was old enough to hold a paintbrush. She has gotten pretty good at her 6 years of age. I keep an eye on her, try to anyhow, so she doesn't get it in her hair and all over the floor and whatnot, but she does a pretty good job, and she does love it, and it's a good time for her and I to spend together. I can get some stuff done, we can hang out, we can chat, and she can tell me about her day. I do have a regular full-time job. So when they get home from school, I'm usually still working, but I do work from home, so I am here to greet them. But in the evenings, before she goes to bed, we can get some fun stuff done. And not every night. A lot of nights, by the time we get dinner and baths, reading, you know, mom's tired. And so are the kiddos. So a lot of times these projects get saved for the days that I have off. And if that happens to be during the week, then she's not home because she's at school. I do have a little boy that lives here at home too. I have a bunch of kids, but these are the only two that live at home. Molly and our little boy, he is 7. They are not even a year apart, so almost like twins. Not quite though, since I had to get pregnant twice to get them, but yeah, they're about 11 months apart. And I'm sure he'll turn up in the video at some point. They both are excited about filming for some reason. I'm like, no one can even see you, it's just your hands, but they think it's a pretty fun thing, so we're gonna make it fun. So those are the beads that we're using, doing the same kind of baggie method. This time, as I said, we're just using white and black. We're just coating them up within the baggie. We're going to dump them out onto the plate to dry, and we'll set those aside for a little bit. And then you'll see my project that I created within Cricut Design Space. I did everything all in one project, all the decals, and measured everything out. And here I'm just kind of showing you a picture of it. It is a little bit hard to see on my laptop. But and I have hidden the link. I did size up shapes, like in the sizes of the elements that I was using, so that I would know the proper measurements for the decal. But this is how I set it up, and then it's simple because Cricut Design Space, once you hit make it separates it between colors. I'm only using 2 colors. Here I am showing you just a little bit of it cutting. In this project, I think I am using, well, the black vinyl I know for sure is from Amazon because I got a big, huge roll of it, and I actually quite like it. It's really good vinyl. It is matte black, which I also like. That it isn't real glossy or shiny. I believe the white vinyl was from, I think it's Cricut actually. I don't particularly care for it because it's hard to weed. It has a white backer, and it's hard for me to see, to read it. And maybe that's just because I'm getting old. My eyes are not what they used to be. But I do prefer white vinyl that has a different color backing, so it's just a little bit easier to see when you're weeding. But here I am showing myself doing a little bit of the weeding. Molly isn't quite old enough to help out with that stuff yet, but hopefully one of these days she will be, and she can do my weeding for me, and that would be awesome. I don't really mind it too much, but like I said, I have a hard time seeing the white, and she's just sticking by me, isn't she? Just hanging out, seeing what's going on, making sure the project goes well. The transfer vinyl that I am using is also from Amazon, and I love it. It works great. It's not too sticky, but sticky enough. And it has the grid lines, which makes it nice and easy to cut and measure if you're going for a certain size or shape. It helps me keep my cuts straight. And I'm starting with the largest piece of this tiered tray because I am going to reuse this transfer tape. So I will cut it down as I go, but so try.
I'm going to bed. Bye-bye.
Night-night, Molly.
Night-night.
Love you.
Love you.
She is such a doll. I tell you what. These are the end result of all the painting and the vinyl. She wanted to use this little buffalo check bow we had tied for something else, and I think it was a perfect choice. And then we decided to tie that black and white baker's twine around the book stack. And I'm just kind of going through and showing you all the different like elements as we go. I think everything turned out so beautiful and so classic, and really can just be used in any type of decor. I set it up on this tier tray first, which is round and has 3 tiers. I didn't love it. And it could just be because everything didn't like it was all kind of like too big. Maybe if I had used like smaller pieces, but as you know, we were using scrap wood, so you only have what you have for that. And so I do go and change out the tray. I do have another tray, which is like kind of a rectangle. It is also kind of small, and it's only 2 tiers. But as you'll see here in a minute, it does seem to fit things a little bit more snugly, like they are kind of like meant to go together. I did keep that little tree in the back because I do feel like that is wintry. And I think it just provides a nice little touch. I set it up a couple of different ways, but I think it turns out just so cute. All right, y'all, here we are with that. Well, this is our 3rd project. It's the one that is so simple and so easy that I can't really even call it a project or a DIY, but it is what it is. It turns out really cute. It's just a little shelf sitter. It is 12 inches long. It's just a block of wood that I have cut out some vinyl. The vinyl is, again, the same white by Cricut. And I just used, I will link it with the winter DIY in Cricut Design Space because I don't remember the name of the font that I used. But I will also link that if I can, if it's a free font or if it's a purchased font. I don't recall. But anyway, either way, I will link it. I did paint the block black, and then I wiped off a lot of it to make it look a little bit more like a stain. And now I am using that same transfer tape from Amazon and just trimming it down to size it up to make it easier to apply. It is a little bit long, but it's thin enough that I don't think we need to use the any other method with the parchment paper or anything like that. I think we'll be fine with this, and you will see it's just goes pretty simply, and it turns out really cute. And you'll see it up on my shelf when we are done and we do finish this.
Hey guys, we are back with our 4th and final winter DIY. I'm really excited about this one. It is a garland that you can hang along your mantle or below a shelf or really wherever you want. I'm going to show you the bare pieces that we have used. This is also a kit. Don't forget, if you do want to order a kit through my Etsy shop, you will have a 20% off code. That is IWatched20. And these kits, again, are just super fun and really easy. So let me show you what we're working with, and let's get started.
This is
All right, yeah, I have two helpers here today. You're gonna help us get some of this painted. This is Finn again. Say hi, Finn. Hi.
Finn's
I guess
shy.
Finn is shy. He's been antsy all day to get on my video, and now he's shy.
Yes.
Hello, Molly.
Hello. Tantra's new.
Yeah, that's okay. You'll get used to it.
You'll get used to it. It's
All right,
fun.
so I do have a couple of helpers here. They are going to get me started on painting the white, and here we go. All right, y'all, so I have got my project set up. I'm using my tape method again, just to hold the pieces down while we paint. We're going to do all of this stuff in white. It's Waverly white. Now, these little pieces, like I said, I cut in kind of a wood green. So I'm just going to do a very, very light, I use this Waverly Antique Wax, but I mix it with a lot of water. I keep it in this little jar so it thins it out. And I'm going to kind of brush a little bit on this. And then after that, I'm going to use a white wax on all of these bigger pieces. Now, the beads that we're going to use in this project, we actually already painted from the winter DIY tray. And so you won't see me paint these because I just painted a bunch of extra. I knew I wanted them in the same color, which is Arteza Premium Silver. Now again, I will link all of these products. I'm just showing them to you as I use them. So the beads are done. Those we will string. I may incorporate some little ones. I just haven't decided yet. I also haven't decided on the ribbon yet. I kind of showed you some of my options. But that is the plan. And so let's get started.
Y'all, these are the two cutest little helpers. I just love even watching their little hands and their mannerisms and the way they do things. And they are just too funny. I hope y'all have some helpers too. And they get so distracted. Look at her. Now she's distracted with my little desk vacuum. And I did have to cut some of this out because they now this left the cross space for like a good several minutes. We are moving on. This is at the point where I am painting those backers with the water and Waverly wax. mixture. I am just using a regular paintbrush, kind of a small paintbrush, I guess. Just brushing it on. It is very wet. As I said, I do mix it with water. And then I'm using a paper towel to wipe it back. I don't want it real thick. I am using the white to paint the winter on one of these tags. These letters are so thin and small. I didn't want to have the kids try to paint them. They're just too tiny, and it would just end up probably kind of a globby mess. And so I'm setting those aside to let them dry. I'm starting with this skates. Now for the ice skates, I am using a full cart. It is called Seashell Pink. It is a really, really pretty light pink color. I will link it again if I can. And for the cuff of the skate, we did that in white. And then I'm going to do for the actual blade of the ice skate, end up using that same Arteza premium silver paint. For the hello, that is also getting the folk art seashell pink paint. It ends up looking really cute. And I did have to do a couple, 2, 3 small, not real heavy coats, but small coats of this pink. Didn't have like real good coverage over that MDF wood. So I did have to do a few to get it as dark as I wanted. And here I am just adding the silver to the blade. All right, y'all. I am now starting to glue. I'm gluing on the, I guess, the little lace area of the skate and the cuff of the skate, which are both done in white. And then I am still using that same technique with the brown wax and wiping it off so that then I will white wax it after. I am still using the Sure Bond thick glue. Like I said, it is a very strong glue, particularly on wood. You are committed, girl. When you lay that down, you don't have but maybe 1 or 2 seconds to even move it, if that. You are committed, but that's a good thing. It does stand up to the elements. I have used it outside on door rounds and porch leaners and things like that, and it does stand up to the weather. So now I'm doing the little hello winter. I am just squeezing that glue onto those tiny little letters, and with the winter, as those letters are so narrow, I just kind of put it down where the scored image is, so to make it just a little bit easier so I don't get glue literally everywhere. and glue my own fingers to my own self. But you can see how quickly this glue dries. I'm already able to apply the wax and use the paper towel without anything moving around. And what do I do next? I think, yeah, okay, this is the DIY wax. So this, I get all my DIY paint, waxes, all the IOD transfers and molds and stencils. I haven't used really, well, I didn't use any in this video except for this white wax. But I will link where I get all of those from. They are Jamie Ray Vintage. They are a shop here in town by me, but they are also, you know, a supplier for the IOD and the DIY products. I'm sure you can find one in your area that will ship. But otherwise, you can check out Jamie Ray Vintage. But they do have vendors that sell probably in literally every state. But they are great products, and I do enjoy their paints. And oh my gosh, I think I love everything that DIY has. And the IOD stuff is amazing. It'll be fun when we can make a video together with using IOD. I do look forward to that with the stamps and the transfers. That will be a fun video. Probably spring. I think that will be a good time because we do have a lot of flowers and lemons and springy type things. Now this wax brush that I am using came from Walmart. And I love it. I don't wash it. I don't rinse it. I don't do anything with it other than put it in a baggie. And it's the only thing I use it for is for wax. I don't paint with it or do anything else with it. I just use the wax on it. Now I have moved down to the floor and I am struggling hard with which ribbons I want to use. Where do I want to put them? Y'all, this took me forever. I was on riding the struggle bus like for a good probably 30 minutes on this. I tied them, I untied them, I retied them, I moved them around. Anyway, it's totally annoying to watch. So I won't make you watch it all. I did kind of in the end just decide to put them on the one side of the beads. Had I put them on both sides, you wouldn't even really see the like designs on the wood. Now the ribbon that I am using is just because it's all I had, really. What I'd like to use for the pink is like a pink, I don't know, suede or not leather, but a textured pink. And then a thinner lace. The lace that I had, I did like. It was just a little bit too thick. And then a different type of gray as well. Maybe a pink felt ribbon. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. However, it did turn out really cute. But if you order the kit, you will not get the identical ribbon that I am using. You will get better ribbon than what I am using. I just didn't have on hand and I was kind of experimenting, and that is kind of like the way things go. I try things out, see what I like, see what works really well, and then put it up for sale. I don't want to offer something, number one, that doesn't work, or number two, doesn't look good, or, you know, any of that jazz. But here we are, carrying on, and eventually I do figure it out. We are at the end, friends, and I love how everything turned out. This black and white tier tray was so fun and unique, and it looks fantastic on my mantle. That other little tier tray looks great in my entryway. And the hanging garland is so much fun. I just have to say thank you for watching, and thank you for crafting along with us. I hope that you are. The Valentine's kits are available now when this video is up. So if you want to purchase them ahead of time and paint along with me, that would be super fun. Also, I look forward to your comments, suggestions, likes, and all of the YouTubey things. Thank you so much, friends, and we'll see you next time.